All right, let's keep it going. So, real quick, I'm making an AI game. The TLDR is that it's an action RPG where doing like real life quests will power your in-game character. If you're interested, check out the description. This video is going to be like, the early days of my marketing because I don't want to like obsessively build some prototype, locked in my office, and at the last minute start thinking about who's actually going to use it and like where to even advertise. So when I came up with this YouTube idea, as a way to get feedback and just start trying to talk to people, I was like psyching myself up. I was like, just be yourself, have fun, make videos about the game and whatever. And it's like no worries. But like, man, I don't know. I feel like my inner me is sometimes like a bit too much. My authentic self does not like my work. Anyway, I watch my content and obviously it needs some work. It's like week one stuff. But I think I still feel pretty good. Like I finally jumped in the water and that's like a big play for someone like me because like the prospect of talking about my work is not very exciting. But like a little bit of suffering is good for the soul, I think. And you have to leave your comfort zone. And now I can finally start iterating and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And like I said, this is like the early days of my marketing, and like, yeah, it's super exciting stuff. And it's funny because like in my early 20s, I was like super into R&D and like STEM and engineering, and I always thought like this is where the real work happens, and marketing is sort of lame because all you do is take like existing products and find the right market segment for it. And yeah, that's part of it, but like, man, there is just so much to marketing now that I'm older. Like, it's a super complex field. They have massive amounts of data. They're doing really impressive statistical analysis. Like, these people, they don't fool around. And like, I think when things really click for me is that like every every part of the company is going to bring value, and like marketing, it actually works with R&D, right? Like they're the ones figuring out what to actually build. Like they're the ones figuring out if your device meets like the minimum viable product for whoever you're trying to sell it to. Because like if it's not good enough, well, like what's the point? Right? Like I used to work in biotech, right? First as an engineer and then on the business end of things. And like people really underestimate like how tricky it is to get this information. Right? Like you can't just cold call doctors and like industry leaders and hey, can you take a survey? Right? Like you have to really build up those relationships. You have to like leverage your company brand. You need to create channels. It's like it's not trivial. Like basically the marketing team are like the front line and they're the ones talking to customers and they're figuring out what features are important and what features aren't. And like besides that, like I think, without marketing or sales, like no one will know you exist. And if there's no revenue, all development will stop. Anyway, these are my marketing results for the first week. And I'm not going to really over focus on them, except everything looks as expected. YouTube is going to be pretty restrictive on the algorithm when you first start, and yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. This is an era of bots, and there's just so much noise out there. But I still feel like this is pretty cool, right? Like to me, I'm some like idiot on the street corner performing, and a few people actually showed up and subscribed, and that's a really cool feeling. So thanks for that. I had couple key findings after reviewing my videos. I think I found like what I think are the two big issues with thumbnails. I think I need to do a better job, matching the image to the actual video, right? So like in the first demo, I have this gameplay image, and it should be like you open with the gameplay, but in the video it was put at the end, and I don't think that was just a good idea. And the other one is I think I just need to be more chill, right? Like what am I doing taking like 15 takes? There's no YouTube police for making silly videos. It's fine, right? Like let's just move on. Yeah. So the outcome is that I made a new demo a new demo. It's like 33% shorter. The gameplay is now at the beginning instead of the end, and overall there's just less menus and it's a cleaner flow. All right, uh, that's pretty much it for this time. Please leave a comment which demo you think is trending the right way. Like I know neither is perfect, but which one is going what I think is toward the right direction at least. And yeah, please like and subscribe.